Hello and welcome to day 2 of our Into the New Year yoga challenge. I hope you're feeling really good after doing the first day with me. And today our focus will be the hips. So we'll be doing a little bit of mobility exercises, stretching, opening, so all the good stuff that targets this particular area. So let's get started. We'll be bringing the soles of our feet into Baddha Konasana. And you can sit a little bit closer towards the feet or a little bit more further apart, whatever that feels more comfortable for you. Holding on to our ankles just to allow us to lengthen through the spine, shoulders relaxed. And just as always, I like to start with a little bit of breath awareness so you can have your eyes closed. Your mind might be jumping from one thing to the other as we're just trying to ground ourselves down. The hips might be giving you all sorts of signals, but try to just stay focused. Awareness into our breath. Feeling our body fully. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. As you inhale deeply, we want the belly to expand, but the upper body to remain still. Taking these full yogic breaths. And in the meantime, allowing our hips to soften and the knees to gently go closer and closer towards the ground. Very well. Keep the breath flowing, and sitting here is perfectly fine. If you want to come a little bit closer towards your legs, gently pull onto your ankles as you bring your body closer towards the feet, the thighs, the belly towards the ground. You can also just relax the head down or keep the neck in neutral. Going a little bit deeper into the hips. Very nice. On your next inhale, we slowly come up. Letting go of those ankles, bringing the hands on top of your knees. We're going to be creating a little bit of resistance. So try pushing your knees down and your knees into your hands. So the opposing forces here. This hopefully will fire up a little bit your inner thighs. See how is this feeling for you? Keep pressing, keep resisting. It might look like I'm not doing much, but the muscles are working pretty hard. Good. And release. Let's change up the side. So now pressing the knees into the hands from the other way. And the hands into the knees. Hopefully feeling here a little bit through the outer hips as well. Ooh. Good. The last few breaths. One more. And exhale to release. Okay. Bringing our legs into these 3 90-degree angles. So through the front leg, then we create a 90-degree here through the thighs and then the back leg. From here, you can grip onto the floor through the fingertips. And from here, we're going to lift the knee as much as the hip allows us to. And then we release it back down. So 4 more times like this. Don't force it, but try to find your edge here as you go back. Very nice. 3 more. Don't forget to breathe as you do it. 2. Whew. And the last one. Very good. Now facing that left leg or whichever leg that you are doing, we're going to try gripping into the mat and lift the foot into the knee and the knee off the mat. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should have felt this quite strongly through your outer hip. Let's change up the side. So going the other way, trying to find those 90-degree angles, creating a little bit of a spider shape through our legs. Gripping onto the mat, lifting the left knee up and then popping it down. Very nice. 4 more. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 2, exhale. And the last one, exhale. Very nice. And now grip strongly into the mat to lift the knee and the foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very, very well. Slowly release. Come back through the center. Crossing the ankles. We're just going to find our downward facing dog. Not for too long. Finding stillness straight away. And then from here, bringing the feet to touch. Right leg reaches to the sky. We're going to bend the knee and begin drawing these circles in the sky. So the bigger the circles, the more heat you will generate into the hip joint. Yeah, so just keep going. 2 more circles this way, and then we'll change direction. Yep, and then going the other way. 5 or so circles. Ooh, already feeling it. Very nice. And the last one, then extend the leg behind you and draw the leg to the side. So keep the leg straight, trying to create a nice 90-degree angle. This will feel pretty strong. So do your best. Let's take one more breath. And we draw the foot with that straight leg all the way outside of our right hand, finding our lizard pose. Really nice hip opener here. So if you like, bring your weight forward and back. So a little bit of a rocking sensation going forward and back. If you prefer to come onto your elbows, you can do so. You can also bring your elbows onto your props, the books or blocks, whatever that you have. Good. Stay with your breath, most importantly. Last inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Coming back onto the hands. And from here, we're going to still try to keep it super low. So try to bring the right arm from underneath the right thigh and just take the arm as an airplane wing to that right side. And maybe if you find the balance, you do the same with your left. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Well done. Let's bring the left foot a little bit closer as we extend through the right leg. Lengthen here as you inhale and folding down as you exhale. Again, your hands can be resting here on blocks, so you don't need to go as deep. This will depend where you are in your practice. And last breath in. And exhale. Very nice. Walk your hands through the left side along the long edge of your mat. Pivot your feet in, so heels slightly out, toes in. Finding our wide-legged forward fold. Hands onto the floor, lengthening here halfway. And folding into this pose as you exhale. Again, hands can stay on the blocks or books. Just adjust to your own body, adjust to your practice. Good, and try to bring the weight into the toes, not too much onto the heels. We're trying to find that anterior pelvic tilt, so really moving the pelvis forward. The neck stays relaxed. Very good. The last breath in. And exhale. Very nice. Walking to the top of your mat and finding our downward facing dog. Very good. Just resettling ourselves here. And then when we feel ready, we bring the feet together and sweep the left leg to the sky. We bend the knee straight away, beginning to draw those circles with the knee in the air, really warming up through that hip. 5 circles one way, 5 the other way. Move in your own pace. Good. Okay, going the other way. Very well. And after the 5th one, re-extending the leg behind. With a straight leg, we bring it to the side. Again, this is a strong one, so do your best. Keep reaching the foot higher. And then when you're ready with a straight leg, guide it and place it outside of your left hand. Lizard pose, a little bit of rocking forward and back, forward and back. Very good. Stay with your breath. Try to lengthen through the spine, not collapsing into the shoulders. Good. And coming onto the elbows if that feels good for you, or staying on your hands. Both of these options are great. Good. Keeping the knee off the floor just to keep it all a little bit more active. Nice. And then coming back onto the hands, still staying pretty low. We bring the left arm underneath the left thigh. Again, airplaning the arms to the side. I have this couch to help me, so it's not a bad thing. And then if you want, the right arm goes out as well. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Well done. Right foot comes a little bit more close towards the center of your mat. Lengthen the spine. Stretch both of your legs here. And on your exhale, fold deeper into the pose. Good. So this targets more your hamstrings rather than your hips, but as we know, the body is interconnected. So we need to approach it in a very holistic way. Very nice. A few more breaths. Last inhale. And exhale. Very well. With the hands, we walk again along the long edge of the mat, bringing the feet parallel to the mat. From here, we're going to bring the arms back, introducing a bit of a shoulder opening. Squeeze the hands together, open the chest, and as you exhale, fold down. Relax the head. Try to relax the arms as much as it feels good. Tilting from the pelvis, bringing the weight into the toes. Neck stays relaxed. Good. The last couple of breaths. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale. Very well. Slowly bringing the hands to the floor. We walk ourselves back to face the front. And we take it back into our downward facing dog. Good. Just observe the body. Notice how you feel. Taking a breath in and a breath out. Very nice. Feet to touch again. Right leg sweeps back into the sky. This time, keep the leg straight, but open up through the hip. So reach the foot as high as you want, as high as it feels good to you. Try squaring out the shoulders a little bit more to the ground. Taking a breath here. And we draw the right knee and place it just behind the right wrist. The shin stays on the ground and the left leg stays as it is. The knee stays lifted. And from here, we're going to try coming up into this variation of half pigeon. So strengthening the hips a little bit more. Open your arms to the sky. Otherwise, you keep on gripping onto the floor if you're struggling with balance. Good. The last couple of breaths. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale, release. Bringing now the left knee behind the right knee. We sit back into cow face position. I'm going to face you. So if this is difficult, you can always extend the left leg in front. This is a valid option as well. Otherwise, both knees kind of almost stack on top of each other. Here, lengthen as you inhale and fold a little bit deeper into the pose as you exhale. Let it all go. Good. This is pretty nice one for the outer hips. It might feel really tight, so just approach it with kindness. Good. The last couple of breaths. Exhale and one more. Exhale. Very well. Slowly we arrive up. Releasing the legs out into a nice straddle position. Legs to the side. Sitting up tall. If you feel like you're leaning back, sit on a block or on a cushion just to raise your hips a little bit. And from here, you can push yourself forward with your hands behind you. Or if it's all good for you, hands come in front and you soften slowly, slowly, slowly. Imagining that you want to bring the belly button down. Not the head down, but the belly button down, yeah? So keep your feet also active. Kneecaps lifting, thighs stay engaged. Just enjoying that inner thigh opening, the hips opening, all the good stuff. Very nice. The last breath in and release. Very nice. Slowly, let's walk ourselves back, crossing the ankles, and we're gonna find our downward facing dog once more. From here, repeating the same little sequence, so no surprises, bringing the feet to touch, left leg sweeps to the sky, opening up through the hip, keeping the left leg extended and straight. Point your toes to make it look pretty. Good, one more breath, everyone. And knee to the left wrist, pop the shin down, right leg stays as it is. Now really engage the glutes and reach up, arms to the sky. Very nice. Stay with your breath. Keep the right knee extended. 2 more. Exhale, and the last one. Exhale, release the hands. Bring the right knee behind your left. Again, I'm gonna just face you. Spinning awkwardly a little bit. And again, if this is too much, right leg stays extended. Absolutely fine, okay? Or have that knee bent. And then we lengthen as we inhale. And folding down, exhale. Find the stretch through the outer hip. Stay focused. Sometimes when we slow down, when the flow is not as intense, the mind keeps, jumping from one thing to the next. So our challenge is also here to stay present, keep breathing. Very good. Well done. The last few. Inhale. And exhale, slowly arriving back up, taking those legs out, and we're just gonna return to a very similar pose as we were at the beginning. So again, finding those 90-degree angles, and you can use your mat to help you with that. So front shin is parallel to the top of your mat, the thigh to the side of your mat. Don't worry too much about the back leg. So I'm facing the right leg here. The thigh and the shin, they're comfortably pressing into the floor, and this is what we want. And I want to begin and soften over that right leg. So the stretch will be around your right hip. If this is not enough, you can begin slowly bringing the left leg behind you and stretch it all the way. So kind of going towards that more conventional half pigeon pose. If this feels okay, just stay here with the knee bent. I find that knee is a little bit more protected when we have the shin and the thigh both grounding into the same surface. In this instance, it's our mat and the floor, right? So this feels much better for the knee. And I'm still getting a stretch through the hips, so win-win. Good, the last couple of breaths. Really enjoyable stretch. One more. And out. Very well. If the back leg is extended, just bring it in. And we arrive back, changing the position. So again, creating that 90-degree angle through the left side. And slowly making sure that the left hip is grounded, we fold over. Good. Again, if you want, begin to extend the right leg behind you. I'm just going to stay as it is. My knees like this way more. Nice soft breath. Very good. The last few. Breathing deeply into the hip. Last inhale. And exhale. Good. Slowly let's arrive back. Coming into that knee bend position, and from here bring your hands behind you. We're going to try finding our Malasana squat. So again, using the strength of our hips, the mobility of our hips. You might be able to do it on your own without any help. So you can try a few of these rocks. Yeah, so knees stay wide and you find your Malasana squat, or just help yourself. Absolutely fine. So in your Malasana squat, hands come in, elbows against those knees, against the inner thighs. You open the chest, staying tall, feeling those hips. If you need a little bit more, you can bring your fist against one another. This just allows your arms to get a little bit longer. Good. The last few breaths. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale. Very nice. So now just going a little bit more into an active hip opening. Interlace the hands, bring the arms up. So now you need to take those knees actively apart. We don't have those elbows now to push them away. So you need to do this all on your own. Good. And we also get this extra shoulder opener. Good. Pretty deep squat, I know. Stay with it. Woo, a few more breaths. Exhale. And the last one. And exhale, release. Well done. Sit back. We're gonna come onto our bellies. So not really a graceful way to go there, but if you want, bring your knees to the mat. Shift your weight a little bit forward. Bend your elbows slowly, slowly, slowly. And this is us on our bellies. Well done. All right, from here, going into more of a passive hip stretch. You can bring your hands just in front of you. We're gonna draw the left knee out into, a stretch for the left hip. Keep the left foot flexed. A few breaths here. Good. Stay with it. The higher you draw the knee, the deeper the stretch it'll be. But of course, be mindful. Last inhale and exhale. Very well. Slowly bring the leg back. Let's change up the side. So right knee goes out. I keep having to navigate around this couch. Okay. Focusing now on the right. Very well. Soften the breath and focus purely on the right side now. Last inhale and exhale. Very nice, guys. Slowly bring the knee back, the legs straight, hands underneath the shoulders, push back, find your child's pose. You can bring your knees as wide as your mat. Sit towards the heels, extend your arms in front of you, relax the forehead down. Good. If your hips do not touch the heels all the way due to some knee injuries or knee discomfort, that's okay. You can always bring a cushion in between your thighs and your shins. The last breath in and out. Very nice. Slowly roll your spine back into your tabletop. And one of the deepest positions today will be our frog pose. So we want to walk our knees out to the sides. I'm gonna have this couch. So as wide as you want, really, yeah? And then keeping your heels in line with your knees, we lower onto the forearms, or if this is too deep, you can always stay on your hands, yeah? So find your variation. Bring your hips back. Try not to lean too much forward because you will lose the stretch. So sitting into our frog. This one is a deep one. So try to approach it with a soft heart, kind heart. Good. Trying to relax your feet. Relax those legs, even those spots that is really feeling really tight. Really, really, really tight. Good. Face is relaxed. Just focus on your breath. That is already your type of meditation that you are doing. With everything that is happening around you and within your body, you're still staying focused and present. And the last few breaths, hopefully by now it is feeling a little bit more manageable, or maybe not. Very good. The last inhale and exhale. Very well. From here, the tricky part is how we come out of this pose. So I always like to push against the floor, then I shift my weight forward, bringing the feet in, then I bring my knees in, and this is where we want to reset, bringing your knees super, super close in that variation of child's pose. And I wrap my arms around my legs as if I'm trying to squeeze those inner thighs back in for them to relax a little bit, to reset. Very nice. Taking a last deep breath in and let it out. Very well. Hands onto the floor. Begin to roll your spine all the way up into this seated position. Bring your hands in your lap, palms facing up, chin tucked. Take a moment to observe, to notice how your body is feeling, where you are emotionally right now. And again, just expressing gratitude towards yourself for making all this effort to step on your mat again for day 2, for committing to your practice and hopefully making a really big change in your life. So thank you so much for sharing the practice. I'll see you for day 3.